All right, this is Todd Owens with Capital Chaos, and we're here with Bobby Liebling from the legendary Pentagram. How are you doing tonight, Bobby?
I'm doing okay. A few issues bother me, but otherwise, I'm here.
All right, and I guess you're on this 7-date, I think, West Coast tour. How's the tour going so far?
We had 2 sellouts out of 2 gigs. We got 5 more gigs. This is one of them. And it's going well otherwise. I have a little incident going on tonight I'm trying to correct on the pretense that no one is breaking anything that's a legitimate rule, and still not being allowed after driving 12 hours to come in and just listen to the band play.
That sucks. How's life for you in general? I know you're almost married. Next month it'll be 4 years, and you got a son that's about 3 years old, right? How's life with the wife and kid?
We've been separated for 14 months.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry to hear that.
And my little boy is 3.5 years old. He's in preschool, and I'm very proud of him. He has to have speech therapy, but aside from that, they said he's at least 2 grades ahead of every single person in school. And I love him, and I love my wife, and I want nothing but reconciliation, which we have just started to enter into, you know.
All right, and are there other plans for 2014? You got more tours planned, and how about a new album? Are you working on anything new?
We're supposed to record a new album in through late March to early April.
And this will be for Metal Blade as well?
No.
Not for Metal Blade?
No.
So, Bobby, you know, you're so influential to so many people in the hard rock and metal community, and I just wanted to ask you, like, in the early days of growing up, or what was some of your influences, and what influenced you to start playing music?
What influenced me to start playing music was when I saw Ed Sullivan and saw the girls throwing panties and bras on stage. I said that.
For the Beatles, I guess.
Yeah. But my influences, band-wise, are groups like that. Very few of them made it at all. They're late 60s, early 70s Detroit slam down bands. You know, Stooges, MC5, Blue Cheer, Groundhogs, Thriller, Baltimore, Stray, bands that but most people haven't heard of. They were lost in the obscurity, and you know, they're the greatest bands that ever were. And they got nowhere because of ignorant people not opening their head up to listening to something that had not been done yet, like they fortunately finally did with us.
And I found it interesting. I guess I was reading another interview where you're always associated kind of with Black Sabbath or whatever, but you said you were more of a Kiss fan back in the 70s. Is that?
Oh yeah, I like Kiss 100 times more than Black Sabbath. I was never a huge Black Sabbath fan.
But Kiss was a big favorite of yours. What was it about Kiss that?
My favorite. I mean, my favorite 2 groups in order are absolutely, hands down, UFO are my favorite band, and Wishbone Ash are my other favorite band. Ever. And I love all of Wayne Kramer's solo career. Is remarkable. The lyrics, it's like reading the New York Times end to end. That guy is so brilliant. And he was such a left-wing, militant, radical, gun-running, dope-shooting. He did everything I was at the same time I did it. And he's another one of the very, very slim few warriors that went into the vortex and came out the other side alive and with his mind intact. Utmost respect for Wayne Kramer, and Rocky Erickson's the same thing.
You were talking about some of the bands that were so influential to you but didn't quite, as they might say, make it or whatever. Now, for you guys have had a long career, but finally, especially over the last 5 years, you're getting some of the recognition.
We made it in Europe. In Europe, we played for 50, 75,000, sold out.
And back in the day, you didn't play any shows over in Europe, I'm assuming, right? Is that correct? Or
no, until I was 55, I was too addicted to drugs. And it had a leash on me because I was on methadone for 35 years. I was a heroin addict, shooting up to $1,000 a day habit for 43 of those years. and $500 a day for 27 years of self-consumption of crack, all at the same time. And I was on 140 milligrams of methadone with a $1,000 heroin habit on top of it. When I met my wife, who was the first woman I've ever met that wasn't a dope fiend of some kind, she said, "I love you, but I can't have you like this." I was burning her carpet still. I was still on methadone. I was still filthy all the time, and all. And she said, "I love you, but I can't be with you like this." So I quit everything there was cold turkey, with no counseling, no hospitals, no talks, no meetings, nothing.
But she was a big part of that. I've heard you refer to as a guardian angel for you. Is that correct?
I actually believe, and this is truthful belief, that spiritually, that God sent her from heaven to take care of one old man, and that's me, because nothing could keep me from my drugs. All the women before her that I had long-term relationships, all dual dependency drug buddies. She was straight as an arrow, and she said, "Fuck Pentagram, I love Bobby Liebling." And she melted my heart.
And after all those years of the drug abuse and whatnot, I've read that you just kind of quit cold turkey. Is that true? And that must have been pretty rough.
Absolute cold turkey without an aspirin. In jail, as a matter of fact, too. After 43 years of heroin, 35 years of it, piggybacked with 140 milligrams a day of methadone for 35 years, and 27 years of 500 to $1,000 a day self-consumption of crack. My wife is the reason why I stopped every single thing cold turkey. No counseling, no hospitals, nothing. I just stopped. And it was no easy joyride. Believe me, I wouldn't wish it on a dog. But now I have fans from all over the world that write to me constantly and get in touch and tell me that my music has saved their life. And
it must be very gratifying to hear for you.
It humbles me to the ground, and it also reminds me of myself when I was their age, because
you started pretty young, I've heard, right? You started pretty young when you were using
drugs, drugs and alcohol when I was 7, okay? I was 7 years old. By the time I was 12 years old, I was dealing heroin and cocaine, all right? And I understand the whole thing. I've worked as a drug counselor without a license, and counseled HIV patients and all kinds of things like that. And I'm proud about that, because they have gotten from it what I did, which was, I'm not alone.
Got you.
By my projecting, can make it, with all the shit that I had going on, you can still make it. And it gave so many youths hope. And to give them hope to get off the most wicked thing there is, which is narcotic addiction, is a blessing from God to me. I don't know how I did it. That made me believe truthfully in divine intervention for the first time in my life. Because no wise. I was with the girl 22 years, 1 6, 1 4, 2 of them 2.5 each, drugging every single day of every one of those relationships, right? And cheating with over 1,500 different women.
It's quite a bit.
I never had a condom on me until I was, until 2002. And had gone past 1,400 some odd women. I caught nothing ever.
A lucky man.
It's very amazing. It's just unbelievable. Truly unbelievable. And I did it. So others feel like, hey, this singer of Pentagram did it. Maybe I can do it.
It's great to hear. Success story.
Everybody loves us the underdog when it becomes a Cinderella story. You know, and that's why the movie's caught on so hard, I think. Because it shows that somebody completely eradicated and trashed and gone past dead. Because when I met my wife, I weighed 102 pounds. I was about 2 months from death, I'm quite certain. And I dropped every bit of all of it. Became, at 55, I got married for the first time in my life on paper. And now I have a 3.5-year-old son who I love to death. If you put our baby pictures next to each other, they're absolutely, you bet your house it was the same person.
Watch out.
When he holds onto my leg and looks up and goes, "I love you, Daddy," it makes me cry. I can't help it. I'm a crier.
Oh, it's great to hear, Bobby.
I haven't had, people think I always had the silver spoon, easy life and all that. I've worked every goddamn boiler room. I've run every car wash. I picked up cigarette butts with a poke stick in the snow outside and worked 2 jobs and played that night in Pentagram. You know? So I think their ideology is, look what he did. All I have to do is just kick the one thing and give it a shot at least. So it helps them try and it gives them hope. And to give somebody hope is a very extremely heartfelt, valuable, personal thing.
All right, here's a lighter question. Do you have a favorite Pentagram album that you've done?
Yeah, Sub-Basement.
Okay, I would have to agree. That's
because it's so demented and sick.
Incredible sound on that album. It really captures the essence, I think, of
that entire album was done for $3,200.
It's a good return on your investment.
To mastered, $3,200. And some of the songs have 29 guitars in them.
Well, I'm great for this recognition that you're getting now. In the last few years, it's been great to you. This tonight's show is sold out again, so
it is sold out.
It is sold out. Yes, they're looking for tickets. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
Sold out over there. We sold out. Sold out. Yep.
Anything else you want to add to Capital Chaos people that might be watching out there?
No, just keep on listening to what you're putting out, and I appreciate so much you having me, and God bless you for it.
The time, Bobby.
I appreciate it so much. You know,
right.
Keep it up.
Thank you much, man.
Thank you too.